Hello, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Already mid-month. So today I'm hopping on. I hope all of you have had your lunch or you are having your lunch right now. I've just had my lunch like an hour ago. So let me share a little bit about an oil that you may have tried and you may want to try, doTERRA Rosemary. It's a herbaceous kind of aroma. Many of you may have used the herb when you do your cooking and baking, kan? Especially with baked chicken or some of your breads even. Okay, so rosemary, I like to use rosemary in the morning because it's an uplifting oil. Biasanya I don't use it in the night time, if not I cannot sleep. So doTERRA rosemary basically is steamed from the leaves of the rosemary plant. So as usual, in my lunch and learn every Friday, I will just touch on my top 5 usages. Though if you look at reference books, there are more than 5 usages lah. So I'm going to just share 5 of my top usages, and at the same time I will also add in the emotional benefit of using the essential oil. Again, when we are using essential oil, it's always very important to note that the oils are pure and potent. And again, I stress that when you are buying doTERRA essential oils, for example, I have my bottle of rosemary here, kan? And I would, hi Gajendri, are you at work or are you having lunch now? Or are you at home? So when you buy your bottle of oil, at the bottom of the bottle, kan, they have got the 7-digit batch number. So you go online to www.sourcetoyou.com, key in the batch number, and you will get the GCMS test result done for that particular bottle, that particular batch. So at work, oh, counter close, all right. So every bottle that you buy, every single essential oil lah, okay, you can do that to know that your oils are actually pure and potent. And these tests are basically done third party and also in doTERRA, but the results that you see on the website are third party. So they are transparent in their testing and they are not related to doTERRA at all. Okay, so it's an unbiased report that you're getting. So my top 5 users for doTERRA rosemary, number 1 is it always helps with supporting the breathing system, the respiratory system we call it. So top oil for using when I talk about clear breathing, supporting your breathing system, the first oil I always use is Easy Air lah kan, because that is the respiratory blend. However, if you have got a bit of a stubborn mucus or thick phlegm, you may want to use rosemary diluted on the chest and the back with some fractionated coconut oil. When I talk about dilution, it means diluting it with a carrier oil. You can use any carrier oil of your choice, any vegetable carrier oil. It could be almond oil, it could be avocado oil, something that is comfortable. But I like using fractionated coconut oil because it's very light, it's non-sticky, especially our weather kan panas and you feel like melekit-lekit, you know, that sticky feeling is not nice. So I always use fractionated coconut oil for that reason, and of course it's very stable, it doesn't get rancid, so it's very convenient to use. Apply it on the chest and the back on top of your Easy Air, right? So that is for supporting the breathing system. You may also want to diffuse it, especially if your family members are recovering from a cough or an irritation. Diffuse it in the air with Easy Air, that would be nice as well. The second way of using, I like to use it for hair. If you want to maintain healthy scalp, healthy hair growth and loss, this is an oil. Rosemary is very much studied for healthy hair and scalp usage. How would you use it? Of course, when you're using the essential oil, there are a couple of ways to use it. Number 1, you may add on to the current shampoo that you're using. Always check that you're using a proper shampoo that is natural for your hair type. So you may need to get some advice before you get your shampoo. You may add 1 drop of rosemary onto your palm with the shampoo, and when you lather it and leave it on your scalp for about 5 minutes lah kan usually, and soap your body, and then you can finally rinse off. The second way of using rosemary, if you're looking into maintaining your hair and your scalp, maybe you have some dandruff issues or hair loss issues, You may want to, on top of adding to your shampoo, after you have washed your hair and you have dried it, you can use a simple scalp massage that I've shared the technique, I think about 2 days ago in a very short video. It's the same method. Just use 1 drop on your palm, touch all your fingertips to that pool of essential oil, 10 fingers, and just do a very quick scalp massage and you can leave it on. Okay, so this would be supportive of healthy scalp and healthy hair loss and growth. All right. The third one I love to use rosemary for is for focus, for retention, for energy. Today is the last day of school, so my boys are very happy. But frankly, I don't think there's anything to be happy about because they're at home anyway. But nevertheless, when they are doing work and they are having tuition or classes, I love to diffuse rosemary with peppermint. I also like to use peppermint and wild orange. That is my favorite combination. So if you have a child who is having a bit of, you know, children memang lah kan, they can't just sit still for so many hours. Even we adults, we can't. So we can support them this way by diffusing it in their living space when they are doing their work, their tuition, their school, their activities. And of course, you may also dilute some and apply nearest to the brain because we want them to have focus, kan? So the retention, apply it at the temple of the head with dilution, of course, and the base of the neck, nearest to your scalp. And the balance, you may just ask them to inhale from your palm. As simple as that. So it works really well, especially I have 2 teenage boys. My younger one is a bit on the hyper side, I would call it. So when I use these oils, I find that he is able to sit down and get his work done better than when I don't use the oils. So I find it good. And at times when he is having exam or assessment, he will request to use the oils as well. They are both teenagers now, so they have their own rollers. I always tell them and guide them that they need to be able to practice self-care. So when you have an issue and you already have your oils there, you know how to use it, go and take and use it proactively to settle your issue fast. So this also gives me a sense of empowerment. I'm empowering my children to take care of themselves. They don't always have to come to me for everything. So I would like to encourage, and I always encourage them to be independent as far as possible. They even do housework, they mop the floor, they sweep. My eldest one has started cooking, so this is my way of hoping that they will become independent adults. A few more years to go only with me. Okay, the fourth way of using it, many people don't know. This one, rosemary, can be used for aches and discomforts. How many of you do not have aches and discomforts? Many of us do have some amount of aches and discomforts. The majority of aches and discomforts these days is the neck tension, because of gadget usage, the wrist. Some of you have wrist issues, pain at the wrist, aches and discomforts due to using the mouse or the way we hold our gadgets. So some also may have issues with the lower back or the shoulder, okay, or the knees. So when you're looking for something that is natural and safe to support your body's healing mechanism, again, these oils, I always stress, they do not cure your illness for you. Do not throw your medication away and say, I'm using essential oils only. Please do not do that, because the essential oils help your body to heal. They do not cure the disease for you. Okay, ultimately, you have to give your body time. You need to be consistent with using the oils, your lifestyle, the food that you eat. Are you getting enough restful sleep? Are you managing your stress? Because stress is on the high side, right? Rosemary, no, rosemary is not baby friendly, Gajendri. Try not to use rosemary. Yes, there are some precautions I would like to add at the end as well. Rosemary, not for babies. Also not for pregnant moms. If you are pregnant, you are expecting, and you want to help with focus and energy, use other oils like safer oils like wild orange or lemon. So this needs some guidance. When you're buying oils, always make sure that you are getting it from someone who's able to guide you. These oils are like medicine, so we need to use them correctly. If you have someone at home with uncontrolled high blood pressure, I don't recommend using rosemary as well. because it can increase the blood pressure to a certain extent, and we don't want that sort of complication. And also if there is anyone who suffers from epilepsy, also rosemary, no, we don't use that at all. Okay, now the fifth one I always reserve for emotion kan. Okay, so let's look at rosemary and emotions today. Rosemary is the oil of knowledge and transition. Okay, so it teaches us that one can be instructed from a far greater space of understanding than the human mind, and it challenges individuals to look deeper than they normally do and ask more soul-searching questions so that they may receive more inspired answers. If you are into gratitude journaling or journaling your emotions when you are having a tough time, this oil may be useful for you. If you're having negative emotions like confusion, difficulty adjusting and transitioning, I think we all have that difficulty kan. For the past year, it's not been normal at all. Limited perspective, difficulties with learning. This is why rosemary is used to support retention focus when we are learning something new, or we just want that monkey mind to sort of stop overthinking and focus on what you are supposed to do, right? That retention, that focus is there. So it gives you mental clarity, it gives you a feeling of enlightened and open to new experiences, including the ability to adjust. In life, we always have challenges and we must learn to adjust. We must learn to do that because nothing is ever the same kan. So this is my quick bit of sharing on Friday with you. Tonight we are having a ditch and switch, clean out your cleaning products that you may have at home that you may unknowingly been using for a long time. We know that personal care products and cleaning products are one of the major things or ingredients that seep into our body. Hi Encik Kamarul, good for sleeping? No, rosemary not for sleeping. Rosemary keeps you alert. Don't use rosemary untuk tidur. Pakailah minyak-minyak lain. So far, I tak pakai rosemary. But of course, everybody is different. If you find that you can sleep with rosemary, go ahead. But so far, I tak pernah lah. Alright. So that's a quick bit from me on Friday. It's about lunchtime kan? So please join me tonight if you want to learn more about cleaning and keeping your house clean without the normal toxins that you would use from your commercial cleaners. And tomorrow night, my friend Madam Narine, who is a pharmacist, she will be joining, or she will be sharing a session on the do's and don'ts during a pandemic, how you can support yourself during a pandemic, because we are still in the pandemic, as you know. So we don't know how long this is going to be, and we want to be able to support ourselves, number one, and of course our family, and how we can do that in a very proactive, in a very safe manner, so that we all come out better during this very challenging time. I will share the poster and the link later tonight. All right, so I hope to see you. Thank you. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.